Ty, what's up,
We're
man?
good, brother.
What's
How you
happening?
feeling?
We're good. What kind of bass is that, Ty?
This is a Fender jazz bass. My girl just got it for me for album release day, so
That's a cool.
Okay.
I used to
Big
play.
gifts.
I sold my bass guitar when I was a kid. I was in a band. I had a Fender Telecaster. It was a brown and white one. I sold it to buy DJ equipment, and I've been a DJ ever since.
I feel it, man. You know, you got to know what you're good at. You know what I'm saying?
I love the bass. Ty Dolla Sign. I grew up listening to Bootsy Collins, and I'm from that era right there. So all that, even with the Lakeside stuff, I know every song. I know you grew up listening to Lakeside too, because your dad was in Lakeside. So
Yeah.
that's my errands. I just evolved with the music and stuff, but there's nothing like real instruments, man. And I saw you doing something on, what was you on? It was a show on TV. A bunch of groups producing music and stuff. What's the name of that show?
Oh, the Song Exploder
The song
on Netflix?
On Netflix.
Yeah.
How'd you get involved?
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm definitely fully into all the instruments and just making music, starting songs from scratch and finding the magic, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's what I did with this album featuring Ty Dolla Sign. I'm glad to see everybody feeling it so far, and it's been an amazing journey, and I'm happy it's finally out.
So what does that feel like? Like a day when you drop an album, what does that feel like? Are you nervous? Are you buzzing? Is there anxiety? Like, how do you feel all day?
I feel good. I'm stoned right now. And,
You get stoned.
So you relax, you mellow now.
yeah, I'm chilling, man. I'm just like I said, over here practicing on bass. Trying to see what's going on with my laptop. For some reason, it's not like letting me Zoom. It's probably filled up, and I forgot my hard drive at home. I got so many sounds on here and so many like songs that I've done. So all of my laptops get filled up super fast.
Right.
You'll find that. You're gonna fix that.
Yeah, man. How you guys doing though?
We good, man. You've been to Connecticut a few times. You actually been to the studio before too. Like last year sometime you was here.
You performed
Yeah.
at college. I want to say like 2014. We went crazy. It was lit. It was lit.
Yeah. That's what's
It was
up,
so
man. My sister had went to, I think it's called Bridgeport, Connecticut. Is that a college?
Yeah,
University of
Bridgeport.
Bridgeport.
Yeah, my sister went there back in college or whatever. So I came out there a few times to visit her, and then I've done a few shows out there for sure. So shout out to everybody out there in Connecticut.
Bridgeport is the hood.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's the hood. Like that's what the good colleges are in that area, the 203, because you know you got Yale, but that is the hood. Like when I go to Bridgeport, I be like, wow, this is like an extension of Brooklyn kind of thing, you know.
Shout out to Bridgeport, man. Shout out to the hood,
Yeah,
man. We love y'all.
Right.
Now, Ty, you got a lot of songs on. You got a lot of people you work with on here. Of course, you got Nicki Minaj, you got Janae Aiko on here, Lil Durk's on here. You've been putting this thing together and putting these pieces to this album to the side until it's time to release. What made you to pick these certain songs? You have a lot of songs, but I'm sure there's so many songs that didn't make this album.
Yeah.
What was the process in picking these certain songs to go on this project?
I just fell in love with each one of those songs and the different, you know, they're all different vibes, different subjects, different feels, you know, different genres, all type of stuff. But I made it all work together as one cohesive project. And, you know, I'm thankful for everybody that joined me on the project, from musicians to producers to all of the artists. And I just got to say shout out to that boy Ty Dolla Sign for, you know, coming through with the feature, you know, because he's been blessing everybody else's project, but I'm glad that he could put some time aside to bless us with the feature of Ty Dolla Sign. You feel
Come
me?
on now, speak that thing.
Now, a lot of people, when you ask someone like, who's your favorite kid? They're like, I love them all. And I feel like when you ask artists, like, what's your favorite song? They're like, I love them all, but I'm making you pick. What's your favorite song on the album?
Favorite song on this album?
Yes.
For me is Your Turn.
Okay.
Today. You know, I might say a different song next week, but today, Your Turn is my favorite for sure. It was super fun making it. We didn't use any you know, Logic or Fruity Loops or Ableton. It was straight up live, you know. my homie on drums, my other homie on keys, my other homie on bass, and we put it together. My other homie on violins.
Right.
And Black came through, blessed us. My homegirl Tish, of course, she blessed me with the original idea of the song. And who else? Oh, Music Soul Child, man. Like, that happened on a fluke. Like, I just happened to be walking through the studio and I see my homie Jason Joshua, who mixes a lot of my records and a lot of the hits you guys know today. And I was like, yo, who you got in there right now? And he was like, I'm working with Music Soul Child. I'm like, what? I got to come in there. And I came in there and Music, he already knew me and was a fan of my music. So we, he came to my room and I'm like, bro, I got this joint I think you would go off on. And for sure, he did go off. And I had an interview that day or a show, I can't remember, because it was right before quarantine. And he stayed the whole time I was gone. I came back, he was still going, you know? And then we ended up just hanging out and sharing each other's music and just having, you know, music conversations. So that was like, I feel like a peak night of my career, like to be able to like hang out with him.
So child.
Yeah, I love that guy for sure.
Right. I think it's so interesting that you had Mustard, Murder Beats, Hit Boy, but that you produce most of the album. Like, how dope is that you get to have like your own creativity and your twist on everything? How was that opposed to other, you know, out on like songs and albums and stuff?
Yeah, it was dope. I've always been a producer first. Hit Boy will tell you, like, 15 years ago, me and Hit Boy used to make beats together, and he was on my first mixtape that nobody even knows about with my old group, Ty and Corey. Like, Hit Boy's been my guy, and to see his come up has been amazing. And Mustard as well. Like, when Mustard first came around me, I was doing all the YG's beats, and I'm not even, like, noticing, but Mustard's over my shoulder watching the whole time, learning every day, until one day he asked me for a pack of sounds, and I gave them to him. Next thing you know, he did YG's whole mixtape. He did Rack City. And then after Rack City, it was just a domino effect of hit after hit after hit. Now my man lost all that weight, just got married, 3 kids. You feel me? Like, everybody around me is doing something, you know, and it's been great to just see that and be able to, you know, do that for people and learn all the knowledge from everybody that I'm going around as well. So it was a fun time creating this album, producing it. Shout out to all the producers and musicians involved. Another one, Damn James, who produced Expensive and Spicy with me. He used to be Mustard's engineer, and you know, the whole time he was learning, watching everything, and now we did the whole album together. So shout out to James and shout out to the Come Up, everybody. Like you said, you used to play the bass, you put it down and, you know, picked up some turntables, you know, shout out to the Come Up, man. You know what you're good at and go for it. You know what I'm saying?
I want to pick that bass if you got. I think I still got something in me in that bass, though. I still got it.
Come on.
Now listen, now Ty. Now but we're about to open up soon, I hope. The stages are going to be open up soon, I hope. When you get on stage, the feeling of having a live band in a track, they don't compare. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. I don't even do track shows anymore. It's fully like, I always got to have like at least Mike Moore with me, who's like my drummer and keyboardist at the same time, you know what I mean? And we program on Ableton, and I pick up the bass and rock on shows, pick up the guitar, rock on shows. So, you know, at least just one guy, you know what I'm saying?
At what age did you realize you was musically inclined? I know what people don't know, your dad was in the group Lakeside.
Yeah, my pop said from when I was 1 year old, and they got pictures of me from when I was like 4, where he bought me this old keyboard that was called a Casio at the time.
Oh, yeah,
and I was playing it and just learning like melodies, whatever I would hear on the radio, I could just like hear and figure it out and play it. So I've been doing that since a very young age. And I felt like that's how I learned how to play bass guitar, all that too, from just starting off on keys and then like trying to figure it out and trying to find every sound that I'm hearing. And then once I notice all the bass sounds in the keyboard don't sound like a real bass, I had to learn how to play bass because I didn't know no bass players at the time. Then when I want to play guitar, like in the, you know, in the 90s and in the 2000s, I felt like the keyboard guitar was famous, you know, like when you have producers like Dark Child and like all of them, like Babyface. Babyface was playing real guitar though, but like that one keyboard sound guitar that everybody was using. So I could do that. But then when I wanted that real, like I said, Babyface sound, I had to learn myself. So, you know, it's been a journey, but it's been fun, and I'm loving it to just be able to do what I love, music, and support my family, inspire others, put on little homies, all that, you know? So it's been great.
No classes, Ty. You taught yourself. No classes, no paid classes, no schooling.
I took a class for my mom because she wanted me to, you know, go to school for it. And, you know, so for her, I took, you know, piano and what was the other music, something, whatever, music history and piano. And I learned how to read music and write music, you know, on paper and all that. But I don't use that today. Everything now is like by ear, and you know, it comes from, I say it comes from God first. He puts it in my heart, and then it comes out. You know what I'm saying?
I call that talent. Talented.
Yeah. Thank you.
So how was quarantine? And like when you live in LA, so when LA shut down, how was quarantine and like being in that kind of space that we all were in of uncertainty for that long? How was that for you? Because, you know, a couple of us went a little crazy some nights, you know?
It's been ups and downs. There's been, you know, just like with anything in life, there's been good things from it. And, you know, there's been negative things from it. One of my boys right now is down, Nene. I'm praying for him. Everybody pray for him. He got the COVID shit right now, like the things up his nose, all that, in the hospital, pneumonia, fully like the full everything. And like, for a while, I ain't gonna lie, I thought like, oh, is this a hoax? Is this you know, like, and the people that are saying they do have it, are they getting paid to say that? Is it that, you know what I mean? I didn't know what to believe at first, but like, it's for sure real. And like, my girl's best friend, her grandfather passed from and all that. Like, so it's been, like I say, tough, but the good things from it is just being able to like kick it with family way more, being able to be at home finally and actually like learn my house,
Right?
Like what drawers I have and what cabinets, and like, you know what I mean? That's like the first time I actually got to see what my house is and like feel my backyard and kick it in the pool and like do all those kind of things. So that's been cool to just hang out, you know, with family. And oh, my mom's trying to FaceTime me right now. Damn, I got to decline that. But I've been able to hang out with moms. I've been able to hang out with moms more. And, it's been great. My daughter, she's doing really good in school, surprisingly, like on Zoom, which I was a little like skeptical about at first, like how is this gonna affect her? And she you know, she's been going all the way in. She just got 3 A's, 3 B's on her report card, her most recent one. So super proud of her. And you know,
everybody's just adjusting.
Yeah, we're adjusting. I've learned Ableton, which is this program that you can produce on. I've learned that. I've learned how to cook way better. In the beginning of quarantine, when it first like hit, I got turned away from a grocery store. That was kind of cool. Like, usually I'm used to like walking through the back door or going to the front of the line. They let me straight in, I got turned away from a grocery store. So it felt good to like be a real human, you know what I'm saying, one time.
Right.
Did the quarantine, go ahead, Steve, I'm sorry, go ahead. You got 5 minutes.
I saw the collaborations, and then I saw, you know, Kanye on there. Like, how amazing is it to like make magic with Kanye? Like, how is that experience?
I mean, you mean with a presidential candidate? I mean, it's amazing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's amazing to even know, you know, have a friend that gets to that level and like imagine. Like the thing I always tell Ye that I love about him is literally whatever he imagines and speaks, it can happen. You know what I mean? And that's anybody in the world, but they just don't know it. He knows it. And that's just like from any idea, like musically, to anything like that he wants to build or with fashion or like with anything. He'll just say it, and then the team goes and creates it. So it's been dope to be, you know, just a friend and to be able to see that, to know that it's possible for me as well. And, you know, he ran for president, you know, he's running for president. It's a beautiful thing to see, man. So shout out to Ye, man, and congrats on everything. And thank you for being a part of the album.
One last question. How did the quarantine affect this project right now, as far as, you know, creativity and ideas?
Yeah, ideas for me always come with music. Luckily, like I said, it's from God, it's straight to my heart, and it comes out. And it's like when I hear a beat, or when I play a new bass line, or for instance, when I made Ego Death, I was at this like party in 2018, like a house party, and this female DJ was playing this, just playing a couple different house records, and she went to this one that was just a bass line, and then the drums came in. I'm like, what's that? That's crazy. I try to Shazam it. It won't work. I go up to her. I'm like, yo, what was that song you just played? She said it was called The Soul Track, D-A Soul Track. You know how everybody used to say duh instead of the.
Yeah, I still do.
Yeah, I feel you. I ain't seen it spelled like that in a minute though, you feel me? The Soul Track. And I'm trying to look it up on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, can't find it. So then I look on YouTube, I finally find it, and it's by some group called Mythology. I go to the house, I sample it, I add some drums, do my vocal part. I'm scrolling through Instagram, I see Kanye talking mess. He's like, hold up, this train going by. I'm like, that's hard. I sample it, put it in there. I don't really like my drums though, so I take my drums out. I go out to Chicago to work with Ye. As soon as I play it for him, he jumps out the chair. He's loving it. He hops on the mic, does all these little ad-libs that you hear in there, and then he does his verse. And then my man Bugs put some drums on it, and those are the drums that I kept. And then I go back to LA, and I'm like, yo, Skrillex, I know you would go crazy on this. Add something to this. So he adds something, and then I run into Twigs, and she adds something. My homie Serpent with Feet, he also added something on there. And you know, we have it today. You know, it's a different process every time, though. It's like that song came like that, just out of nowhere. Other songs like what hit different, right? Me and SZA. Well, first of all, I'm in Miami. I'm supposed to be doing a show. It was me, Cardi B, the Migos, like a whole bunch of artists. It was like a little festival vibe, but I call it Fire Fest 2019 because when we get there, there's no show. But we still got paid. I don't know about everybody else. I know I got paid, so thank God. Because I had my whole crew out there and, you know, flights, hotels, everything. It was all good, though. They paid. So while I'm sitting there boarding the hotel, I'm talking to my homie Ant Clemens, who's wrote a lot of records that you guys hear today, and an amazing artist as well. He's like, yo, I'm in the studio with Pharrell, pull up. So I get to the studio. I guess I took too long. I was probably rolling up or something, whatever. But Pharrell had left, and they was like, it's all good. SZA's here. She said, come through. I'm like, cool. I go in there. Everybody not even doing music, like no music playing. Everybody's just talking, playing rock, paper, scissors, just BSing in the studio and all that. I'm like, yo, what y'all working on? Press play. Nobody don't hear me. So I say it again, press play. And they press play, and it was that beat. Automatically, the melody came, the words came. I go in the booth. SZA follows me. SZA follows me in the booth. I'm like, okay. She grabs me, moves me by my shoulders, like, nah, you got to stand right here. I look on the floor. She got all these crystals around. So she was aligning my chakras, right? And she's like, yo, you got to, I promise you, if you stand right here, it's going to flow. I did, and I promise you, 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, it's all on video. It's all on video, too. And the song came out.
Wow. Hey,
so it's different every time, man. Like I say, it's God, and I feel super blessed to just be able to do this, and you guys, you know, play it, and the people love it. So, you know, shout out to everybody out there listening.
Yeah, new
it's real.
Right now. albums in the streets right now. Thanks for taking time out to spend a few minutes with us, man. I can't wait till we get open so you can come to town, jump on the radio with us, jump on the stage.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that, man. Congratulations.
Love you.
Yes,
Thank you
congrats.
guys so much, man.
Congrats, bro.
Much love. Thank you guys so much.
And
That album, guys.